Hello. Today I am coming up with another interesting topic. This is about living with a narcissistic woman could be disastrous and devastating both. So let's see. See, whenever we talk of narcissism or difficult marriages, always we think, okay, men are responsible for that. No, sometimes women also could be very toxic, very tough, and they can make the hell out of life for the partner. So we are going to discuss that today, why it happens, how it happens, and what are the symptoms, and how you have to cope up with that. So I hope you will like the information. So let's begin. See, marriages are made in heaven, they say. I agree with it. But you know what? Humans are capable of making hell out of it. This is my statement. I have not copied from anywhere. This is what I feel about it. All right. See, we see and hear and get to know about so many, so to say, about disasters, I would call, in the name of marriage or in the name of relationship. So whenever such a thing happens, we naturally point our, finger towards a male partner or a husband or a lover, whoever it may be. Okay, maybe the case of abusive relationship is more where men are responsible. The cases are more when men are responsible for such a thing. But it's not uncommon that women are also possibly responsible for these things. So in olden days, what used to happen is men were the providers, women looked after the house. There was a complete division of labor, right? Men went out and earned money and they were responsible for taking up any financial burden, everything. And women were homemakers. They had to take care of the relations, they had to groom the children, they had to, keep the persons happy in the house. And it was a kind of role division like that, right in the beginning. Not just in our society, anywhere in any part of the world you take. But slowly the scenario has changed. Today women are working, women are earning. Sometimes they are earning more than their own spouses or partners. So does this mean that money is the empowerment, so I can treat anybody, ill-treat anybody the way I like? No, that is not life. So one of the factors is this could be this financial independence also. So let us try to understand why such a thing happens. First of all, narcissism. I have made my earlier videos. You could watch them to get more information on that. Narcissism is a personality trait actually. Okay. And all of us have got some portion of narcissistic behavior in everybody. It's a universal truth. See, I want to look good and I want to be appraised by others and I care for my image. That's okay. It is not a bad thing. It is required, right? That is right. Or standing in front of mirror and saying, wow, I look great today, fine, that's okay. But it should not become, when there is a thin line or a boundary, we should not hurt others in the bargain and we should not enjoy at the cost of others. And if you behave in a completely self-centered manner without any empathy or completely least empathy, then it leads to narcissism. Now, when this narcissistic trait becomes too much, then it leads to personality disorder called as NPD. Please watch my previous videos. I have gone in detail on that. So here I want to discuss how women are actually responsible, how they can get into this role of tyrant. It's a kind of tyranny only, right? Ill-treating others, whoever it may be. So let us understand that. So it will be like, whether it's a man or woman, becoming completely self-centered and lacking empathy or without any empathy leads to what is called as narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. So I will be discussing what happens if a woman is narcissistic and also if a woman completely or lacks empathy and if she suffers from this personality disorder called as NPD, that is narcissistic personality disorder. That is the topic of discussion for today. Let's see how a woman tracks and traps a suitable man. I am using the little harsh word, traps, because ultimately in a relation you look around, right? What kind of a partner I want. So how she seeks a partner, let me soften it, I don't want to be very harsh. So how she looks out for a person who suits her tendencies. Okay, so the very first thing is, she most of the times, like, not, it's not a universal rule again, most of the time she would look around for a person who is quite self-sufficient, if not very wealthy, good enough, otherwise at least self-sufficient, having financial independence or everything well set life, parents have made a house or whatever, or at least who is so very well qualified that she is confident that he is going to take care of the entire thing. They are very smart in their judgment. Okay, so they want such a person. And then what happens, whenever she comes around with comes up with, every time, see, then you may ask, is every narcissistic woman roaming around with agenda that, I want a wealthy guy? No, it doesn't happen like that. Even when the parents bring in, even when it is a arranged marriage, so they will go in for somebody because they want a kind of stability in life. This is not wrong. I wouldn't say it is wrong. Okay, because they will have had a traumatic childhood or traumatic circumstances, they just want to get out of it. It is fair enough, because nobody wants to completely go through the same set of circumstances. If you are not happy earlier, you don't want to continue with that unhappiness all the time in your life, right? So that is not something very uncommon. That is fine. So financial security, in short, I would say, means a lot to her. Okay, rather than the looks. Let me tell you, I have met some women once, somebody like whom I know, she told she is also not, she doesn't have great looks. Husband is very ugly, I would say, not very good looking guy, but he has lot of money, lot of potential to make money. And in fact, she told me, like, I am so happy, what, always we have to go for a guy who is not so good looking, so that we can really make him dance to our tune, plus he has got money. So I agreed to the marriage. See, this should not be the attitude. Okay, looks are, everybody, all of us are very ugly, right? Like once you peel our skin and everything, all of us are like what? We are flesh and bones and blood, right? So that is not the right attitude. How beautiful a person is inside should matter more than the exterior beauty. This is my personal opinion. Of course, people differ, like you have your own set of opinions. Anyway, then when such a person comes across, why it happens like that, why these women look for such people, or why these girls look out for such people. Often it so happens that these people would have gone through a traumatic childhood due to maybe this person loses a parent, especially the mother. When the mother is lost, and then generally what, fathers go in for a second marriage, so maybe ill treatment from the father, or ill treatment from the stepmother, or like loss of father. These days even women get married again. There is nothing wrong, it is their life if they want to move on. So what kind of circumstances they are faced, or if both the parents are there, the home may be a broken home, constant fights and behaving badly with children, father or mother, either of the characters. So these girls will have gone with those kind of sets. Or sometimes, even the father may be educated, mother also may be educated. For some reason, if one of the parent is having any kind of a mental issue, maybe one person has OCD and other person is narcissistic, so constantly putting down the child, every time calling the child, you're a loser, you're not good enough. Maybe that parent, narcissistic man or a woman, they will have faced such circumstances in their childhood. Automatically it filters into their personality, and they are ruining the life of their children. So like this, what happens is, it's a sum total. It's so complicated. Human mind is really complicated, and the circumstances, how we grow up, also matters a lot over here. So they will have gone through all these kind of things. So in short, everything is fine, parents are good, and both the parents are gelling well and all. Then there may be some kind of poverty the people may be facing, or emotional abuse, or physical abuse sometimes, and so on and so forth. The reasons could be many. So such girls or such women look forward for a comfortable life at whatever cost. So that is where they seek their financial their freedom. Not just financial freedom, they also want to seek emotional freedom. So it becomes a completely lopsided personality kind of a thing. So if one such if she might have gone through the financial affluence, like suppose the child is growing up in a financially affluent family, then the kid or the girl might have emotionally starved. Mother and father never available when they are around. Okay, mother may be busy with her own personal life, father is busy with his own personal life, and party animals, whatever, children are neglected, dumped with the servants. So many things are responsible. So these are all the causes why women develop NPD, or why women tend to be narcissistic. So having said that, what is the purport or the gist of what I spoke so far is, they want somebody who is either extremely good looking and who is capable of making good money, who is rich and handsome, and also who belongs to a reputed family. So they want some kind. She would not be interested in a mediocre man, or if she is given a choice. Sometimes life is not fair. They don't get choice, and even if they carefully select a person also, it may be disappointing for them. Then that trait enhances. Say for example, you marry a person thinking that they are very well off family and the person is earning very well and all. Immediately after a few years, the person may lose a job, and you will find out that the family also doesn't have money, and that time though hell will break loose. So these are all the things. Now let us understand. Now this was the selection part, why women grow narcissistic and how they are selective about the partner. Now what happens is, initially in the days, like initial days of either courtship, or even when they are in relationship or after marriage, initial days may this woman will be completely different character. She will make the person so happy, ever well dressed and every time willing, and coish look, and listening to them, and whatever, like even go to the restaurant, what you want to eat darling, no, whatever you are, I am okay with everything, very polite and very obliging. So the person will think, it's to tell in one word, they will be the best version of themselves. So what happens is, she will make the partner feel so convincing and so special that he is constantly drawn to this woman. That is the first stage. Okay, I'll discuss like how the whole scenario changes. She will go out of her way to convince the partner and make the partner happy. And she's I told you, she's very well decked up and polite, and showers him with heavy doses of love, I would say, so in all possible ways. So the person is completely wow, like what a lucky man on this planet I am, and I got a very good partner. So wait, I mean still it is yet to come, picture abhi baki hai mere dost. So that kind of a thing, I was reminded of Shah Rukh's dialogue. All right, now, but one must be very careful about observing this woman. If it is during the courtship and all that, if you find the traits, you better stop seeing or don't go ahead with the relationship. Once after you get married, it becomes sometimes very difficult to dump. That the person is narcissistic, she's ill-treating you, but still you go on. One thing is, you may be having lot of money, you may have everything, but you may be having conservative parents who are against the breaking up the marriages, or your family may be so reputed that anything you do becomes talk of the town. Anything could happen, or you may be dependent on her, or you don't want to disturb. Sometimes if you get children and all that, men are also equally emotional. It's a wrong notion that only women are emotional. Only thing is, women talk out and express their emotionality. Men sometimes are incapable, and sometimes they choose not to express, but that doesn't mean that they are not emotional. They are also equally emotional. If the children are there for the sake of children, I have seen fathers taking up a lot of crap in life only because they have a daughter or a son. Trust me, I have seen such kind of marriages. So anyway, so what happens is, so lot of first thing, like I told you, how she will make you dependent on her, and later on in the initial days, these kind of women will also come out with lot of soft stories, that how they were traumatized, whatever circumstances she has faced, if it was a financial constraint, how she craved for everything, how she never got anything from the parents, or if there is a loss of parent, how the stepmother treated or stepfather treated, or how she constantly deprived herself of love and she was all the time seeking somebody, and now her aim is only to get into a relationship and have a best marriage, so you are my best partner, so this kind of a thing. So the man will start slowly believing, okay, like I am a very important person in her life, that kind of a thing. So this period of extended honeymoon would go for some time. I'm calling it as extended honeymoon, when both the partners are in the best of their guise, okay, like trying to please others rather than anything. So all the soft stories. So this is a kind of sympathy gathering phase. Once the sympathy is grabbed, then you know what, you will enjoy the extended period of honeymoon, offering him in the best of everything, I would say. Then what happens is, like, you start developing a soft corner for such a woman. Oh yeah, like she has gone through so much, and you will also try to go out of your way. Okay, when she is suffered so much and she is wanting to make the best out of this marriage, let me also the best out of this relationship, let me also do that. Then her, then her drama begins. Once little bit settlement phase goes, then drama begins. So she will first observe. If you are staying with your parents or your siblings, so complete observation is done. Okay, how attached you are to your mother, how attached you are to your father, and what is your relations with your siblings. So in the very initial stages, she will behave as though every member of the family is her family member, and how she wants to take care of them. She will make you believe she is not actually fond of anybody. She's very self-centered, because that NPD trait only is like that. So they will make you convince, and then slowly the things will start changing. So they are so crafty, I would say, these kind of women, and everything is properly planned and strategized. So one day, every day when you come, she is there, welcoming you and giving you a hot cup of coffee or tea, and then talking nice things, and she's very well dressed. But one fine day you come home and you see she's not there. You're surprised. Oh my God, what happened? Where is she? Where is? And then you go to the room and you see her sobbing and sulking. You ask her what happened. You're horrified. What happened to her? Anything went wrong? Then she said no, nothing. She will refuse to say. Then you go out and ask maybe your mother or father, whoever, other family members, what happened to her? Why is she crying? Your parents will be equally baffled. He'll say, what happened? Right now, she was sitting here and watching TV, and then her mother was on call and she was chatting happily. I don't know what has happened. So then, you go back, she will not say. Then she will slowly come up. No, let it be. I don't want to create any rift in the family. Maybe your parents have not accepted me. Your mother has not accepted me. All this kind of drama will begin, Then you will start feeling, why my mother is treating them like that, why my father is treating them like that. So because you start getting biased over there. Why? Because this woman is convinced that she has suffered so much and she cares so much for family members. So next time this is sowing the poisonous seeds in your head, nothing else. Don't get gullible to such kind of tricks. So you have to, I'm not saying everybody is bad, but you have to watch out for these signals and find out, use your own head. Don't get carried away if your mother poisons about your wife, or if your wife poisons about your mother. Especially that, trouble is between mother and mother-in-law. That's the inborn trait in the society. I don't know why it has to happen like that. Generally, father-in-laws are lucky lot. They sit at one corner. Always the fight comes between the ladies of the family. So, but you should be smart enough to understand who is who and what is done. And you know what? Later on, the drama will go. The person who was okay. Now I talked about people who were staying, right? Staying together. What if you're in a nuclear family, only husband and wife was there? So that also equation will change slowly. So earlier she would quickly serve tea, she would make you relax, and she would say, come on, like I have planned this for dinner and we will have a candlelight dinner. You feel so romantic. Oh my God, this is so good. And then one fine day you come, and then suddenly you are home. she's not there, or she's with a long pulled face, and then again the drama reveals, like, she doesn't talk, she's sulking, and suddenly she will start flaring up over your common remark which she used to enjoy and take it. So you try, see, generally what happens, like, some men are very fond, or women, whatever, you are fond of teasing, so you just try to tease something, or say something, and she'll make a big mountain out of mole. That is the first sign. Suddenly reaction, and then this will go. Then you will say, why she is hyperventilating like this, what did I say? So you will understand. And then what happens, the same thing will start continuing in different doses. But whenever there are any such ugly moments, this woman is so smart that she will want to keep you. She doesn't want to lose you, but she wants to torture you. That is a kind of sadistic pleasure they get. So what she will do is, there is a bruising, like, she will hurt you. Then there is a balming period. After the shouting out or hyperventilating, you did this, you did that, the fights will start. After that, what she will do, she might come and put her arms around your neck and say, Arey, I'm so sorry, I don't know what happens, I have gone through a lot of difficult times in my life, and I don't know why I react like this, I'm so sorry, but I love you a lot, I love you a lot. Again, you're so confused whether what you have to take that personality or this personality. So she is conditioning your mind to stay trapped into this marriage, but at the same time, because she is not normal, this is going to be a kind of very difficult relationship. So these kind of ugly episodes will start repeating, after the sugar-coated honeymoon phase wears out. So sooner or later, these kind of things will begin. So you have to watch out before deciding on such a partner, you have to watch out for these simple signals and, break away, because it is not very easy to live life with these women. And then, they will start finding fault with whatever you do. You talk anything, they will keep one grudge as the center point, and you take anything, they will go around and come back to that point and try to hit you. It is like a dart throw, for them. So they have to hit the bullseye. So they will go round and round and again come back and start doing. So they will start talking so harshly that they will exceed the limit. So once you feel like, what is this, where I ended up? But you start wondering, everything was so good, she was so good initially, am I really doing anything wrong? See, this is a doubt seeding period, I would call it, because they will make you feel guilty for nothing, for what you have not done anything, but still they will make you feel guilty. Oh my God, maybe she was so good and everything, maybe I am going so wrong somewhere where I can improve. So you will get into that, but one after the other such episodes will start repeating. And then, they will also take you on an emotional trip. What do I mean by emotional trip? They will say, I love you so much, I cared for you, I trusted you, I left my house and everything and my parents and came for you not to face these kind of things, and I love you genuinely, and look at the way you are treating me, you are never available to me when I want. You say, what do you mean? I have to go to office, I have to earn, sometimes you may go to meet your mother and father or siblings, that is okay, that's fine. But these women will take you on emotional trip, you are never available to me. You say, what do you mean? You might ask, why are you saying that? I am providing everything, I take care of you, I take care of children, and I am doing so much for you all only, who else I am doing? Then, they'll say, hey, shut up, what are you talking? Providing is man's duty. So if you are providing us food and everything, all the comforts and all, that is of course your job. But are you available to me when I want you emotionally? I don't still understand what is this emotional ability. Because such kind of women will not have seen men who don't even care to provide for the family. They live such a vagabond life, and women suffer, women of the house, they suffer to make the two ends meet. That they have not seen those kind of marriages, no? So they get into that trap. And some of the aggressive women, these women generally are aggressive. As I repeatedly say, see, NPD doesn't exist alone. Maybe these persons also suffer from a kind of any other personality disorder, or they may be very short tempered, or they may be aggressive characters, or kind of they must be going through anxiety attacks, or they might be going through depression. So any other mental disorder coupled with this makes the case worst. So these kind of women develop NPD, that is narcissistic personality disorder. So you are hurt and you are upset and you are humiliated, you are so exhausted, and but she doesn't care. And after she left, gets all her steam out, then she would cool down and start talking to you as if nothing has happened. You are another human being, like she can't treat you like this, right? So you start ending up, what is this, where I ended up? And then array, I'm so sorry yaar, like I'm telling sorry now, why are you making a big fuss out of it? I don't know what happens to me, maybe my previous life or whatever I have suffered, I can't help it. And you are so confused, you really don't know. Sometimes you may want to say, get off my chest, I just don't want you, and get lost out of my life. But as I explained earlier, you may not be in a position to do that. Okay, now slowly you are used to her this kind of cyclic behavior of bruising and balming. She will hurt you, then after that there is a reward for getting targeted. She may go excess she may go extra mile to please you in all possible ways. Okay, then you get trapped between these kind of bruising and balming periods. So first there is a punishment, then there is a reward. Again, after some time the phase is normal, again there is a punishment, again there is a reward. So you get used to these kind of things. So now then you may ask, suppose we get into such a relationship, is divorce the only answer? Should we just break away and finish off the relation? I wouldn't say that. You have to manage, but how do you manage? Again, you have to make the earlier you do, the better it is. Only thing that can help here is the psychotherapy, and you have to go to a right counselor and get her treated. And also, right from the beginning, if you want to continue with this relationship, you should know how to handle them. You don't give lot of freedom to them in the beginning itself. You have to keep them, and that you also understand the techniques and what they are doing. Trust me, some of the women who suffer from NPD, they neither have good looks, they neither have nor they have earning capacity, but still they will find out one weak point in a husband and try to exploit them. I have seen such cases. Maybe the husband is having some kind of a health problem, then they will focus on that. Or maybe there is a lot of age gap, they will focus on that. Or maybe everything is good, but the husband is very scared to break away or something because of family reputation, then they will cash on that. So you need to be extra smart. So right in the beginning, if you don't get gullible to what their ways are, then you can protect the marriage and you can protect your mental hygiene also. So to sum up, be very observant when you select your partner. So, and if you are dating or if you are in the courtship days and all, observe for all the symptoms. Please watch all the other videos of mine. You will get a complete clarity on how people behave. Today I am talking about narcissistic women, but the same thing applies to even narcissistic men also. So you need to be aware, because many a times what happens is, we feel they are okay, they are difficult people and they are strong personalities, but somehow they have some charm in them, so we get carried away by that. So you should be very observant in such cases. So check out on this, and then you may ask, okay, by mistake I got married, is there no way out of the torture chamber? That's what I am discussing right now. If you are still in a position to move away, please move away, and look out for another partner or whatever and move away. If you are not in a position to move away, then what you can do is treat that person and don't give in the first place, and you have to assert. You must be assertive. If you are not assertive, they will really make your life difficult. So I hope, I'm doing a lot of videos on narcissism because it's a very thing. It's not just in America or any other place, even in India, a lot of narcissists we come across, but people do not know whether they, even when they have or when others have, they are not aware of this. That is the reason I thought of making the series. So please watch all my other videos and subscribe to my channel, and if you have liked my video, please share it with others. Thank you so much. Bye for now.